All right. Looks like we are live. My first few good minutes of the week. Frank Leary, by the way. Yes. And it is a really nice Tuesday here in the A, or ATL, as I like to say. And it's Prime Day. That's
Yes.
why I'm a little late. I
Yes.
was doing some shopping.
That's what
like,
we'd like to hear.
that's right. Like a lot of other people are doing. So I'm taking a little break from the shopping because I have a really cool pleasure right now to talk to Karena Scoggin, who is from Amazon, and she is a part of the delivery service program. And she's also here to talk a little bit about this new initiative they rolled out recently. They call it the Road to Ownership, and it has a key piece into the DSP program. So, Karina, thank you for joining me today. I know it's a kind of a busy day, but
It-
thanks for joining me.
yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk more about road to ownership.
Cool. Now, like I said, uh, it is Prime Days. Pretty busy day. Lots of shopping, lots of packages being bought, shipped, delivered, and you are kind of in the midst of that with this whole DSP and the road to ownership. Before we dig deep into that, maybe just give us a little bit of your personal background.
Yeah. So I have been with Amazon. I actually just celebrated my 2-year anniversary with the company last month. So excited about that. Interesting enough, I was brought on in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. And so fun fact, started with the company focusing on road to ownership, actually initially, which it wasn't called road to ownership quite yet. And did not meet a colleague for like a year and a half in person. So I've been in this
Wow.
remote world, operating right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. So yeah,
Right,
so
or right next door almost. I'm in
I
Atlanta.
am I am not too far away. I'll drive through Atlanta every once in a while, so love that area. Prior
Nice.
to Amazon, had a couple of roles that really focused on staff effectiveness and client-facing roles, and then graduated many years ago from the University of Kentucky.
Very nice. And I'm sure it's not as many years ago as I graduated, so we'll just move on from that. Uh,
Yeah.
by the way, I can see you have a bit of a fan club here going. Got some nice hellos going. Now I see Brian, and I noticed. I'm gonna pop this up here because yesterday, I posted. I'm really excited about having this conversation. And Brian Travilla, I hope I'm saying it right.
You are.
Okay, good. I love what he said here. I am super excited to listen to Karina share her insights and amazing stories on the road to ownership programs that she built and leads. And then that's just a very long hashtag that he
Oh
put
yeah.
out there. So we'll just leave it at that. So, so tell us. I mean, kind of Brian. Thank you for teeing it up for me here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this whole road to ownership program and how it fits with delivery service partners and with people getting their stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brian is my manager and fully supportive. So thanks, Brian, for the kudos. So, Road to Ownership is a 16-week accelerated training and development program that we've designed to prepare the most promising delivery service partner, or you'll hear me call it DSP. So, you hear that acronym a lot. That's Delivery Service Partner, employees to become small business owners within Amazon Logistics. So, just as background, Amazon's Delivery Service Partner Program, or DSP program, we launched 4 years ago. So, we just celebrated our fourth birthday, launched in 2018, so fairly new. And we bring in ambitious entrepreneurs who want to build their own delivery company, and they receive support from Amazon's technology and infrastructure. And then they're coming in, building teams, hiring delivery drivers. And today, I think the latest I saw, there was over 3,000 DSP owners globally. And so those DSP owners are responsible for hiring their team of delivery drivers, and then they have support staff as well. And so what Road to Ownership does is it's a training program in which we're fostering business acumen. So we're teaching these individuals the essentials of leadership, entrepreneurship, that they would need to be their own Amazon DSP. And so across the 16 weeks, these participants, which you'll be meeting one here very soon, they engage in live virtual classroom instruction. There's on-demand learning modules. And I think one of my favorite things about the program is they're paired with a mentor. So an experienced DSP who's guiding them just across the 16 weeks and providing support. And so our goal is to help these individuals to be able to own and operate their own small business as an Amazon delivery service partner. And so it's a very fast-paced training program. They're still maintaining their roles. So if they're a delivery driver, they're still delivering packages. And then they're coming in for 16 weeks and doing training as well. And so one of the things that we knew as we were building the program, there's probably going to be a barrier. There could be a barrier to startup funding. And so Amazon also invested for this program $1 million. And so for everyone who comes through Road to Ownership and graduates to become a small business owner as an Amazon DSP, they're also getting a $30,000 grant so they can go and help them launch their business.
That's awesome. Before we bring in one of the folks that has gone through the program, because I definitely want to get that perspective.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about maybe the importance of this to Amazon? I mean, let's face it, we're in the middle of Prime Day. There's lots of packages that need to get delivered.
Yeah.
Can you just kind of give us maybe a broader look at just how important it is to have, this kind of last mile piece to the puzzle and infuse it with people who kind of live in the right areas, can really benefit from, building their own business, but also it helps with customers getting their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. What's interesting about the program is today, if someone's interested in becoming an Amazon DSP, they can go through the standard process. And a lot of times these individuals, they have a lot of business experience. They've probably managed a P&L. They have experience leading and growing a team, but they may not have experience in logistics. And so at Road to Ownership, it's really the flip-flop. So we're bringing in individuals who have a lot of logistics experience. They've all been employed by their DSP for over a year. And so what we focus on in training is building business acumen and helping them become a future leader in the organization. And so we started Road to Ownership. We were getting feedback from DSP owners. There's a lot of communication that happens, feedback that's given, where they have employees who have a lot of potential to grow their skill set or want to do more. And maybe there was, this need for upskilling, like what else can we do to give them those opportunities? And so Road to Ownership came as a result of that feedback that we're getting, but just also knowing that our delivery service partner program is growing tremendously and the need for future DSPs. And so this was just a great opportunity to do both.
So before we bring Marvin in, maybe you can give us an idea. You're really new into this program, but what does success look like, feel like? What do you want it to look like maybe a year or two from now?
Yeah. So we have a lot of just excitement around the quality of people that we're bringing into this program. I'm really excited. Marvin can tell you his story just to see where he's at with his business in a couple of years. Our goal for Road to Ownership is really focused on development and upskilling these individuals, giving them an opportunity for career pathing. And so even if they choose not to pursue business ownership as a DSP after this, we hope that the skills that they're learning during training is absolutely helping them become better leaders, become better in their role, and they're able to take away what they're learning and apply it to whatever role they choose next.
And I think I read somewhere where you're actually looking to do some outreach to bring in maybe some underrepresented business owners, some people of color, women, other folks who maybe traditionally a little felt left out of some of these things.
Absolutely. Diversity is incredibly important. And so if you look at our first cohort, there is just so much diversity among gender, among roles, education background. Not everyone has a degree, and that's okay. The first day of training, like those things don't matter. We're looking for people who have aptitude, who have good potential, and they get into training and we're all on the same page and it's all about the path forward. And so, all backgrounds aside, everyone is very diverse in what they bring to the table, which we're really excited about. And then if startup capital was a barrier to some, which we know it is, and maybe that's why they've not pursued it before, we're able to fill that gap.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think you've said Marvin's name. I've said Marvin's name. Maybe it's time for Marvin to come out and join this in this conversation. Hey, Marvin. Oh, there you are. Good to see you,
Hey
Marvin.
there.
Thanks for joining
Good
us,
to
man.
see you. Glad to be here.
So, before we start talking about your experiences in the program, maybe you can give us a bit of your background beyond or before the program.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how life works out sometimes. I'm down here in Southwest Florida. I'm originally from Arizona, and I had moved down here to Southwest Florida about 3 years ago to be a little bit closer to my family. I got a job in the travel industry. I worked for a big rental car company that you all would know. Was climbing the ladder, and then COVID hit. I don't think I have to explain to you how that impacted the travel industry, and I decided that I wanted to make a change. And quite candidly, I was at the time just kind of looking for something to do. There was a Amazon delivery station that opened about 4 minutes from where I live, and I said, you know what? I like to be outside. I want to get some exercise. I'm kind of figuring out what my next move is, and I got a job there with a delivery service partner down here in Venice, Florida. The owner there is tremendous. Like I said, I just kind of started out as just kind of looking for something to do. And then the more that I got into it, I was like, hey, I kind of like this. And then I started kind of the wheels started turning for me a little bit. And my owner, who has been hey, man, you could do this. Like, you should really think about doing this. And then I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. And then I'm starting to think about it, figure out how I want to do it, whatnot. And then the big announcement from Karena and her team. That they were starting this new program, and my owner called me. The process is that the owners of the existing companies would know me through the whole process. I believe 9 people, they picked the top 30. I was fortunate enough to be selected as one of the top 30. Started with the program. It was absolutely tremendous. The support that I received, the training that I received, and most importantly, as Karena touched on, the mentorship portion was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm actually getting ready to move from Southwest Florida to New Mexico to launch my company first week of September, and couldn't be happier.
Wow. Okay, cool. So, talk a little bit about the relationship you had with the DSP you were at. It sounds like they were encouraging you to take this step.
Yeah, absolutely. It was everybody has a chance to work for a few strong managers or mentors. As I would like to say, I've got a couple, and this individual is definitely one of them. He recognized the potential and that I had, and he certainly encouraged it. And quite candidly, we talked about that. He's like, I'm losing my best guy, but I couldn't be happier for you. My final day was last Saturday. I had an awesome send off. It was actually a little more emotional than I anticipated, but yeah, incredibly supportive. And as part of this program, as Karena touched on, they partnered you with a mentor. I got kind of lucky. I actually have two. One, the owner that I work for, and then the mentor that they partnered me with in the program as well. Fortunately for me, was local. I spent probably 4 times the amount of required time with them. Talk to them all the time still. So through this program, of course, they taught you everything that you need to know to run a business, and specifically a delivery service partner business. But most importantly, they gave you a support network. Of Karena and her team, as well as these mentors. I've got a class of 30 different peers that I can reach out to, and I would argue that was probably the strongest thing that this program taught me.
So it sounds like you not only have a new business, it feels like you have a new community of folks that you can actually grow with as you grow your business.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool part about it is, as Karena was touching on, we have people from all different types of life experiences and backgrounds, and getting their take on things. can really help you to eliminate blind spots as you're looking to grow your business, and really just for that support. Hey, I ran into this. What are you doing for this? How do you handle this? Oh, that's a great idea. We still have an active chat. It's going crazy every day. So absolutely, that support honestly can just save you a lot of headaches. Trying to figure out, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? You can try to figure it out, or you can call somebody that knows.
That's awesome. Were there any surprising aspects of the program, or maybe things that you learned about yourself as you went through this process?
You know what? I think one of the other things that I really gained from this program was, I've got over 15 years of leadership experience in various retail logistics operations. I worked for companies that you would know. What this program really helped me to realize was to gain the confidence in myself to know that I could do this. That all of that experience that I had up until now prepared me for this. So that confidence is something that I really gained from this program, and just through the support of my mentors, Karena and her team, and everybody, definitely set me up for success.
So let me go back to Karena for a second here. So talk a little bit about the community aspects, and who are the types of people and the role models or the figures that go into this program that hopefully will make it as successful for everybody else as it feels like it's been for Marvin.
Yeah. This first cohort just exceeded all of our expectations. When we launched the program, you have to be nominated by your DSP. And so I was going into it and I was like, man, it would be awesome if we get 200 nominations. And I think Marvin hit on this, but in like 3 weeks, we got 900 nominations, and we had to get that down to just 30. And the individuals in this program, it's okay if they've never managed a business before. It's okay if they have not managed these large teams. Like, those are the things we want to teach them. We are looking for people who have customer obsession. We look for people who are good problem solvers, people who have potential to be leaders. Maybe they've mentored new employees. Maybe they have led team meetings. Like, what are some of those things that they've done to show that they have the potential to do that? We are looking for DSPs to nominate people like Marvin, who they just have that. They know what it takes to be a small business owner, and like, who do they feel like could fit that mold? Who could really have that grit, because it is not for everybody. And so those are the kind of people like Marvin and his cohort members that we'll continue to look for if we move on to future iterations of the program. And in the DSPs, the mentors, like Marvin said, it's like he's got this whole cohort of community of people who are just wrapping his arms around him to ensuring he's set up for success. And so the mentorship has been just tremendous. And those are all individuals who've been with Amazon for a while. They've seen kind of that full life cycle, the peak and the prime days and the holidays and all the things, and they can coach them through what they've learned along the way. So we want to get exactly the Marvins of the world and the others moving forward.
Nice. Hey, Marvin, how important was your time at the DSP, getting the experience of seeing that business? How important was it for you to feel comfortable enough to move to New Mexico and start a brand new business?
When I started at the DSP down here, I started as a delivery driver, and when I left there, I was a dispatcher. So I moved up to the highest position that's in that company. I think that experience is critical. Especially because I know what it's like to be out on the road, to work in the weather, and to see that side of it. But then also the transparency of my previous owner, and just letting me see the ebbs and the flow of the business, and starting to explain things to me from a different level. So experience was cool because it allowed me to see the business from all sides, from the driver's point of view and from the owner's point of view. And it's no doubt that that's going to help me to grow my business.
So what do you see for yourself in 3 or 4 years?
3 or 4 years? Ooh, Um, I want to be the highest ranked DSP in Albuquerque, New Mexico for sure. And then just looking for ways to grow my business. I know that there are opportunities down the road. This program, the delivery service partner program, is only 4 years old. So in the grand scheme of things, this whole program is still growing. So, I hope to just be into a position when there's more opportunities that arise that I would be able to capitalize on those.
We're having a little bit of trouble hearing you a little bit, Marvin, but I think we get the gist of it. You expect to be pretty successful in 3 to 4 years.
Without a doubt.
I just boiled it down to just that.
Without a doubt.
Awesome. Oh, Marvin, thank you for sharing your experiences. And you recently finished. What is, maybe I'll ask Karena, what do you have in store for graduates of the program? Just kind of fostering that community, kind of allowing that community to grow and help each other out?
Yeah, so we want to continue just the community that we've created with this first cohort. Right now, our first priority is for those who are ready to start their DSP business like Marvin. I think we immediately hit the ground running with him, is finding them a home as to where they want to be and where they want to operate their business. For some people like Marvin, they want to move. For others, they want to be in the current community that they're in. So we're just working through that. They're our priority right now. We're actually bringing everyone to Nashville next Tuesday. So for the first time, we get to meet everybody in person and the mentors and just have a day. And we're just going to celebrate and, enjoy each other's time and company and look forward to next steps.
Oh, that's awesome. You ready to head to Nashville there, Marvin?
Actually, I just said that, and Marvin cannot come to Nashville. He's the only person because he's launching his business. So
okay. All right. Well,
I'm literally moving that day. A week from today, I'm moving.
Good excuse, man.
Yeah.
Way to go. Awesome. Well, best of luck to you, Marvin. And I definitely would love to keep up and kind of see how things progress, because you're like a pioneer here. So I want to see how, you're one of the first in the program, how you make it out of the program. It sounds like it's going to be an interesting trip. I was going to say road trip, but Karena, where can people learn more about the program?
Yeah. So to learn more about the DSP program, you can go to logistics.amazon.com. And that just kind of goes over the DSP program itself. If you're interested in road to ownership opportunities, you can sign up and maybe get hired to be a driver like Marvin did and begin your journey and your career there. And your path may lead you to road to ownership at some point. But for all other questions, people can reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to help.
That's awesome. Okay, this has been a really great conversation. I know it's Prime Day. Marvin, I don't even know why you're still sitting there. You probably got some packages to deliver or something. I don't know. But before I end all my conversations, I have to ask each of my guests one critically important question. And regardless of how great this conversation has been, if I hear the wrong answer to this, I may never talk to you guys again. All right, no pressure at all. Okay, so I'll go with Marvin first. Marvin, do you have a favorite NFL team?
I do not. But I'm guessing, I'm a UFC guy.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. No, you're safe. Not having a favorite, there's only one wrong answer. That ain't it. Karena, do you have a favorite NFL team?
I mean, I do live in Nashville, so I'm going to have to go with the Tennessee Titans.
That's a fine answer. That's a great answer. My team is the Rams. My team beat your team in the Super Bowl 22 years ago. So you saying that, we're good. The only wrong answer would have been the Patriots because they beat my team twice in the Super Bowl. No Patriot talks here. All right. So I will be glad to talk with you both sometime down the line, but in all sincerity, thank you again for your time. I love this program. I love hearing the perspective from you, Marvin, and I look forward to seeing where it goes in the future. So thanks again for your time. Thanks for everybody who watched. And you got, oh, look at that. Somebody actually gave me a let's go rank.
Nice.
Stephanie, I don't even know you, but I like you. Thank you so much. And I'll be back tomorrow with another great conversation. I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Thanks.